You're live.
Touch,
So-
do the thing.
Do the thing. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and others, to another historical match of Golden Hammer Gaming. Tonight we have
Cerberus and ITHF.
ITHF and Cerberus.
Alright, other than that, welcome. The action's already underway, and we have two very interesting comps rolling out so far, with the first pick going to Sarah Jenna. Interesting choice for the Roadhog here, wouldn't you say, Touch?
Very interesting with the
pokey.
Roadhog, especially with the Junkrat. You don't normally see a Junkrat with the Roadhog, but maybe they have some kind of plan.
Very pokey, both Sky and Ground Pharahs in play, but first cap goes to Sarah Jenna, and I believe that is ITHF. I can't see on stream
Yes.
because I am blind.
ITHF.
Okay, fantastic. Good. Sorry. Next fight underway. Going in. Already hacked this. Sombra on the left doing a pretty good job of just diverting attention. What a hook. Going in. Action going back and forth. And Sarah Jenna again with the first pick. This time on Jeezy. Main heals for Cerberus going down early. But not pushing. Touch. Is it just me or did Overwatch change where we don't push on picks?
I think the Junker Queen was half and didn't want to push.
Makes sense. I am a DPS player, all aim, no brain, and even that, not really anymore because of my hands, you know, being old.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing. Oh, nice hook on the Junker Queen.
Responding with a rush, good counter aggression, but finally the first pick for Cerberus finally goes through. RGB, both DPS with ults for Cerberus. Let's see if they can clean this up, preferably with the only use of one. Sarah Jenna responding, getting a good freeze on Hog, Lucio, and the such. But no kills coming off of that, and Cerberus slowly creeps in and just takes the point.
And Maj
Time to spare.
sacrificing their life when the point's already flipped.
I don't think it matters that much. Finally, we get to the stage of the game where ults are coming into play. Cerberus with a bigger war chest. What do you think they use first, Touch? Take your bets.
I believe they're going to use Tyre first, but honestly, at this point, it's whatever happens. Oh, nice hook. Maybe they won't even need any ults.
I would do a clean disengage here, but that's just me. Well, not clean anymore. Still on the front line of space here. I don't see what's happening. All right, my money is on the Pharah barrage here on transition. All right, a lull. Poke phase going through. Clock creeping up
ITHF
to 50.
looking to take the outside as a 5-man.
I mean,
Maybe
it'd be
they'll-
good. Create some space here. Let the queen rush. RGB mob looking in the back line. There's Tyre. You were right. You called it. Go ahead, beat.
Oh, lost.
Oh, what a
Good.
hack! Big hack.
Lost barrage. You got to beat out.
Good beat,
Stapler.
but unfortunately Maj did not seem to get the beat. All of the ults. All of the ults, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, the
Everybody press Q!
Cerberus cleaning up this fight using 5 ults.
I mean, I understand it. Not a lot of value on the DPS ults. The beat was good enough to save their lives, but the beat from ITHF was not good enough to keep them sustained and to counterswing it. Both squaring up, both walking forward. This AMP better be big in the next 5 seconds because it has to be 97 to touch for overtime to tick. There goes the EMP. RGB
The
mob
EMP
caught
is
them out in the
massive.
middle of nowhere. Shapular is the only one in a safe position. Bjorn looking
Maga.
to get someplace safe to regain his health. Not going for it. Yep. Deciding to just run away from the fight. Disengage from it. ITHF chasing. This is what you have to do. You are now in one fight turf. Final fight of the game is about to go down. RGB bomb looking for a touch on the Tracer on this left side. Probably going to have to sacrifice recall for the touch. Again, 97 is your goal point in order to get overtime to start ticking. Bjorn not walking towards point, being the one to taxi the Kiriko. This could cost him arriving late to the fight. There's the recall. Klappa in big problems, gets away safely. RGB bomb finally falls, and now with the disadvantage, Maj can start pushing it a little bit harder with the Mauga pick. Sarah Jenna taking the flank on cast, playing a dangerous game with the Roadhog, has High Noon online, pulling.
Noon finds one.
Gets the Kiri. Again, that left angle, strong mash. This should be all she wrote here. And what a win for ITHF. Did not spill the spaghetti.
I think the swap off the Drunker Queen to the Maga was huge. Definitely gave them a lot of space against the Roadhog.
Did give him a lot of space to the Roadhog. I don't know about the Genji swap. That one was a mystery to me. Genji is just a bad hero, not in design or philosophy, but just in terms of power scaling with everything else available to you.
This is supposed to be fun.
Why would you go the hero that needs to use all his resources to get in when you have a Sombra that can just kind of just hello, uncloak and go away?
Yeah,
all right.
Absolutely.
All right, same comp from Cerberus here. Loving that Pharah. This one might be a little bit tougher with the lower ceilings. And ITHF with the Sombra Cass. Bjorn on this hog. What a move.
Misses the hook. That could be crucial. But Sombra's looking for a hack.
With the poke ability here, very big. Sarajana getting that first pick, Sarajana getting the second pick. Sarajana just walking forward in that Maga E fearlessly and just clicking heads, playing Kovacs right now. Good strong angle here. Madge is a little bit in trouble right now, taking a 2v1. Did not rotate as a team together in their brawl aspects. Now this gives the opportunity for Cerberus to counterattack with some strength. Bjorn regaining health, having separated Hobbs, the flex support for ITHF, getting out, barely. Unfriendly does play the price for it. This Junkrat on the flank causing some damage. Dun Dun teleports into the enemy team, and this is going to be all that she wrote. Looks like Cerberus is taking this one first. What a swing of momentum just on a dime for both these teams. Both these teams number 6 and 7 on the standings table within their respective divisions, with only a map difference in between of them, which kind of showing through these fights going back and forth and always shifting.
Absolutely. I think that's a massive hook for King Bjorn. Massive tire. Oh,
good
gets
Suzu.
nothing.
Preliminarily early Suzu, but doesn't get punished for it. Timing is everything in Overwatch. Never forget it. Now with ults coming into play this game, we have Rush on either side, taking the long rotation against the poke. Not a fan, but it does separate RGB Mom, forces them to get out of the way. Sarajana on this angle can pop the Noon with everybody in LOS. Mad taking point right now. Dun Dun getting spotted and taken out. Bjorn drops. There's the high Noon. Zoning on point. Maj doing as much damage as they humanly are able to. Almost get the Ajax. Maj probably going to have to counter with this Cage. Yup. Sarajana rolling through, playing in the safety of Cage. Here comes the Hog. Dies. RGB Mom with Blade online. Unfriendly with the beat. Ready to counter. Looking at the Genji. Trying to force them out. Get the Kiriko instead. Resets a Blaze. RGB Mom fights 2. Madge is the only one on point in this 2v1 with an ult online. Can they clean him up without using Blade? They can. 79. 85 is final fight territory. How does ITHF plan to respond here with only one ult in the bank?
They're going to have to touch with beat. They have to go without Maj, swapping to the Doomfist to try to get back with his team. You just have to hope that the Sombra can build EMP.
Sombra in a good position to touch. Madge goes straight to point. Beat effectively used before the Blade is going. Not giving them a wealth of targets. Slashing, dashing, trying to get this Sombra. Finally finds one in the Blade. Not going to be enough to secure the fight though. The fight is still ongoing. Sarajana looking to find targets. Madge under duress from this Hog. Thus health pool and just the ability for the supports to play unpressured is just going to carry Cerberus into this round.
Nice gameplay from Cerberus. Very clean. I'm still not sure about the swapping off the fire to the Genji, but it worked out for Cerberus. Definitely some Hog plays coming for them.
Now, in the great Maga versus Hog debate, I still say Hog as a counter to Maga. What say you, Touch?
That is a very interesting take. I could see it. I could see where you're coming from. I think Maga's just ridiculous. It's just a ridiculous character overall.
Just two of the heroes that if they did not exist in Overwatch, Overwatch would be a better game for it. You cannot change my mind on that one. It's like release Brig, just scratch your head and you say, why?
Absolutely.
Alright, both teams coming in. Dundun's opting for the Echo here. And RGB Bomb rolling on the Genji first. Interesting choice, a little bit more poke coming from ITHF. Mag with the engage with the E comes in hard, forcing RGB Bomb out. Dundun using beam, trying to get a target down, but Maj trapped. Kloppa, first one to go down, but Maj has exhausted all of his resources into the front line and now opens it up for Cerberus to counterattack. The tank being in the front line here definitely gives Cerberus the advantage. Sarajena holding the front line right now, taking one. Unfortunately about to get 2v1'd unless they receive help from unfriendly. They do, they stack, they're pushing back again. Mag coming back soon, forcing the fight over in the front corner. Sarajena taking this hard angle here, definitely applying more pressure than a cast should be able to apply, but that leads for
huge
big
Mauga slam
from Maj. Oh my god. Haven't been tackled by Samoans in football, I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that does not have a nice experience, and you may want to see your local therapist about it. Oh my god.
An amazing fight, especially for Sarajena. Just the aura of the off angle completely stopped Cerberus from advancing onto the point and pushing the team.
That slam gave me flashbacks as to why I stopped playing after my junior season. Anyway, continuing on, Maj in the front line. Dundun looking for a copy here, peeking a little bit early. Sarajena setting up for a noon. Depending on where Cerberus rolls through, we will see where they go through. Big hook,
Massive
big on
hook.
Hobbs. This definitely shortens their aggression phase. Dundun committing here, having to copy in order to stay alive. Won't be alive for long. Reverse to copy, Echo is done, and the rest of ITHF decide to retreat, forfeiting point, feeding no more ult charge. A good decision. Faster regroup, but definitely an interesting use of ults there to try to compensate for the pick early. I don't think it was the right ults to use, but they set up here, ready to go. War chest again, full for both teams. Here comes the Kitsune Mauga, rushing on the point. Big noon, everyone hiding. Mag in position, unfriendly, committing to it full, trying to keep the Mauga engaged.
Counter beat coming out.
Have yet to see another offensive ult coming out from Cerberus. There comes the Hog inside the cage. That's why I called the Hog the counter. Just do not want to be trapped in a small room with that. And it looks here like, again, everyone press Q, but Cerberus is going to hold.
Definitely huge fight with the 8 ults. The only ults not used were the people who didn't have them.
Quapia coming back in on this soldier pick. This gives them a fair amount of more sustained pressure. Sarajena swapping from their very stable cast pick into a Mei. Less damage on the front line, but more ability to manipulate the map. Hobbs goes down again. This is big. Mauga E committed. Again, Kloppa in the back of the formation, waiting. ITHF looks like they're going to just cleanly try to disengage this, try to get their member back.
Hobbs living up to the name of the team. But hopefully they can make a quick engage here.
69-75. They will have 2 fights. One full, one sloppy, but here it goes. Quick rotation. That slam, not the best use of cooldowns. Here comes the visor, out in open space. The wall to block a little bit. Forces them in a tiny area with the Hog. Map is flipped. Cooldowns being used. Hobbed again, picked first. 3 times in a row, mate. You have to adjust your positioning at some point. RGB Bomb going for the kill on the Mauga. A interesting choice. Gets the counter pick. It is a 3v4 with both tanks still alive. Unfriendly rotating through. Dundun going to get for that touch. Maj touches point. Good hack on the Lucio, looking for the pick. Tank battle in the left corner. Hobbs coming in for the save, but unfortunately they lose Friendly and Dundun. Again, a 3v4 at this rate. Numbers have shifted, players have shifted, but numbers have not. Going down to 2v4. Here comes the 5th member of Cerberus. And Maj trying their best, but taking so much damage. Interesting use of Cage to try to isolate or try to block, but it's going to be to no avail, and Cerberus is going to take the first round. And I think I'm going to need a little water after that one. Oh my goodness. Touch? Thoughts?
massive from both teams. I think the ults coming from Cerberus have just been a little bit better to ITHF. It seems like ITHF is always engaging first, but Cerberus is definitely holding on there with even if they use all their ults, they're using them in the right order, and it's getting them the win. And they've just been winning the neutral fights with no ults. So, good on for them.
I think the really big difference in this match so far has been the outcome of the ult fights being in their favor. Because I think they've gone back and forth on neutral. But what you're right, when it comes to value, Cerberus is just getting that one extra pick, that one little bit of resource, and just coming out on top because of it. So, in between the times that they get to pick their next map, because I believe loser picks map in this tournament, where would you like to see him go? Touch. What map? What game mode? Prod, what game mode?
Yeah, what game mode is it?
Hybrid. Shows you how much time we spend here, chat.
I'm an avid viewer of Golden Hammer Gaming. I don't know what you're talking about. And they choose Midtown. That's an interesting pick.
Midtown, it's in the name. It's mid.
It is very, but maybe they're hoping it is a pretty good Cassidy map. So maybe their plan is to pocket Sarah. Honestly, that's not a bad plan. Sarah's been popping off.
I am an old Overwatch one head. Any team that does not pick Kings Row for their hybrid choice is throwing, in my opinion. It's not in the map pool.
Midtown's not in the map pool.
No, Kings Row is not in the map pool.
Oh, okay.
What kind of tournament are we running here?
That's disappointing.
Hold on. I muted myself for this. It was all random, done on stream. There's no crazy things happening. I promise.
I call conspiracy.
Yo,
Shenanigans!
that's when you just, like, rig the vote to get Kings Row in, you know? Like...
look, I spun the wheel to make sure that we got all the correct flashpoint maps and all the correct push maps, alright?
Alright. I could see it. In the name of fairness, I guess I can agree. But, like, no Kings Row is just wild.
Yes, a choice. Surely a choice. I feel like it would be interesting for whatchamacallit. If each team got to pick a what do they call it? A home map?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Like this obviously we're playing at home, so we start off on X map. Could be whatever game mode that they wanted. I would like to see the statistics if that ever happened. But maybe for the experimental season. What season of Golden Hammer are we on?
7.
7? Maybe for season 7.5.
7.5.
Yeah, the in-between season. Kind of like how the XFL has their weird kickoff rules.
You mean the new NFL kickoff rules?
Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah,
I know where it started.
Yes, the NFL, if I remember correctly, they took the XFL's kickoff rules. So now
They did
it's
take the
like,
XFL kickoff rules.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. But yeah, no, experimental season. Chat, give us ideas for an experimental season. No guarantee we'll use them. But hey, they're out there.
Gets the brain going, you know, the cogs steering.
Who knows? Maybe we can go with map bans following the new Face It rules.
That would be interesting.
I actually really like map bans. I think they're really cool, especially for Overwatch. I also am an avid fan that Overwatch should have hero bans, but you know,
I'm with you on hero bans. You know what would be really great for hero bans? 6v6. Eye emoji.
It's true.
Next week. They're getting that developer thing that they've been working on for the last week and a half.
If 6v6 comes back, let me tell you about the best 6v6 comp that's out there. And
I
it's a
love
comp-
6 man.
It's a comp called 6
Oh.
Man.
I love 6 man.
My favorite comp. Yo, bring
God.
back
PTSD
Hanamura.
Chihuahua moment.
Look, Hanamura, a little Sim May action. Come on.
Oh, the old redacted special. I see.
I would love to see double shield in Overwatch 2.
Yo, bring back
Orisa doesn't have a shield.
She can.
You know what? Give Orisa's old shield a hog. There you go.
Yo, real.
Better than the playpen. Gives him more of an identity. Let him have something.
Yo, give him May wall, but it's just like a single wall is scrap. That'd be great.
All right. So as we come in to Midtown, I won't even Midtown.
Midtown. We do have a swap aside. Well, actually, there was no side swap. I don't know what I'm talking about. Blue team is now Cerberus, and red team is now ITHF.
Yes, with ITHF attacking first. Interesting choice from Cerberus to stick with this with this double spam comp that kind of cost them round 1.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Junkrat here. Good hook on the Mauga.
As you
Sarah
say,
going
that
down.
Sarah gets popped by the Ratty. The double spam taking effect. Bjorn takes out Dun Dun, and it's just a quick reset for ITHF. I don't like the spam. However, against a tank with no movable cover, it has its merits.
Yeah, absolutely. The Mauga can't really do anything about it, except maybe get out with his life. Oh, unlucky.
Sit there and kind of take it. Interesting choice from ITHF to not run my favorite Australians hero, the Frog, the Lucio, with the double flex support. But I see it. You need the burst healing. Maybe you go somewhere around, and as if they heard me, they swap to Lucio.
Yep,
Go
Hog's
Frog, boy, go.
Coming off the Ana onto the Lucio.
RTB Bomb takes preliminary picks. Maj gets exploded in. Nobody turning around to look at the double DPS thread around, but RGB Bomb taking a wide angle here. The rotation comes through. Maj gets Jeezy. Sergena gets Pharah, and there we go. There comes the snowball. Quick murk of the Junkrat, and they take point. All you need is a little bit of speed in Overwatch 2, the mobility-based game.
Absolutely, the Lucio coming in big, it allowed them to rush immediately past whatever defense they had. The Hog not doing much to slow that down.
Yeah,
hopefully-
Lucio being meta since, Overwatch 2's release, and we all know why. Interesting rotation here, coming through right, leaving their main source of healing on point, going into a small room with a rat. Prize the preliminary slam does not work. There's the hook, there's the shots, there's the Genji shurikens, and it's a quick disengage for ITHF. Run.
Hopefully they can get out with their lives.
Nope, not
Reaper
done.
goes down.
Argena also in the crosshairs. Gets out barely with Unfriendly going to TP out to safety. This does force Cerberus to kind of take a sloppier possession onto the forward point, but giving them enough time to take back the high ground. Alright, my favorite game. Who ults first? Your money's still on the Junkrat?
I think the Junkrat. They have a window now. If they were smart, they would window now. They're letting the cart go underneath them. Not a great position for the window, but a pretty good position for the tire.
Yeah, I'm going with the tire. Interesting rush location. Here comes the rush. Junkrat goes down. Beats. Both beats. Tire.
Everybody
Waffle.
press Q. 9 Qs. Because RBG
And
Mom
the
did not
window.
quite get played.
Died a little early.
I
know what?
have to be honest, no idea what just happened, but ITHF coming out on top of that.
Basically, they rushed sloppily, too far away, then there came the cage, then came Bjorn's whole hog to try to survive, failed that, both beats went out a little late, so did the window, and now they're pushing into third after... All of that happening does not fit in my old man brain, just a lot of stuff. Very quickly, Kloppa out of position here, going to certainly die. Also, almost makes you wish you had a life weaver in that situation. I say almost, because who plays that hero? Let's be real. Bjorn
Very
taking pot shots here, the 4v5. However, the spacing of this map doesn't let you snowball that advantage as quite so much a second. Maj taking this wide angle, going into the entire cluster of the team. Big Anti comes out onto the Maga. Maga will not be able to recover that. Hard looking at him. They
King
do
Bjorn
take
going
Bjorn.
down.
Here comes Nano. No
Kloppa
blade,
with-
no Nano blade. Nano Rat. Terribly explosive, you could say. ITHF
Oh, it's a
totally
Reaper.
disengaged.
Nano Reaper. Kloppa
Nano-
swapping to the Reaper during that fight.
Oh my goodness. Well,
Could-
60% to ult there. So much happening. So little time. And RGB Mom still holding on to this blade. For what reason?
Maybe waiting
Awesome.
for the Nano, but Panic Nano to
Nano
the Reaper.
just used-
Huge hook.
Huge hooks, disrupts their rotation, disrupts their fight planning. Kloppa takes the 1v1, wins the 1v1, now having Barrage.
Ooh, Sarah
Jenna
getting picked.
ITHF back to the drawing board. At this point, I have to say, I feel obligated to say I might be cursed for ITHF, because every time I've ever casted them, they've lost.
Ooh, maybe you're the problem.
Maybe I'm the bad Pachimari in this situation.
Maybe
Oh no!
you're the bad Pachimari. Great hook. Maj having to shift out.
Deciding not to use the cage. Dun Dun fades in, uses Blossom. Survives? No, does not survive.
Gets the beat out.
Interesting timing. Timing goes out. Kloppa there with his own Blossom. The hook on Hobbs, dead. Nano anted again, and again, just a disengage. That mismatched Kiriko Rush Blossom might cost them.
Yeah, there
A
had
cap
to have
of
been
time.
miscommunication there. It was very out of sync. But it did look like they had a semblance of a plan. Huge hook on Sarah Jane.
Bjorn getting these hooks. Here comes the cage. Here comes the Blossom. Kloppa 1 HP. RGB Bomb still holding onto this blade. A 4v4 situation going on point. Advantage ITHF with the tank still in play. Shapular going down next. Being the one caught. Dun Dun in. Hobbs is in. Dun Dun getting out with 2 HP and a dream. Bjorn looking to use his ult. Here comes the Nano Blade. We've been waiting for it all day. Gets 1. Gets 2. High Noon does not respond in time. Dun Dun comes in, goes 3. And finally, the Nano Blade goes off.
Maybe it was worth it holding it throughout the entire map.
That will be for history to decide, but for right now, DPS ult's looking firmly on Dun Dun's shoulders, trying to get a Redemption Blossom after that last one.
Coming up on the Kiriko ult
These
as well.
early hooks from Bjorn are just costing ITHF key cooldowns that they cannot afford to keep losing. Here comes the flank from Kloppa directly on the supports. Unfriendly has to use Suzu that was supposed to be for Maj. No longer takes. Dun Dun coming in. Fades in. Blossom takes the Genji. Only the Genji though, and it's still a 4v4 right now with tank advantage going to Cerberus. Can't really push, can't really pull here.
30 seconds left.
I would disengage this, me personally, but what do you
They're
what
trying
do you
to get
say,
out.
Touch? Trying to
Oh,
get
they're
out.
getting out.
Maj is
They're
back
5
in.
now. They're coming back in. They're going to have a Kiriko ult. To
Kloppa
counter it.
taking,
There's
Kloppa
the
taking
beat.
that flank. There's the beat coming in. Sarah Jenna in mortal danger. The solo Reaper Blossom. Honestly, don't hate it. Sarah Jenna's been an X factor this entire game so far. Unfriendly, accosted by 2 DPS. Maj doing all they can, but it looks like the previous mistakes are going to cost them here. 2.5
Cerberus
points.
managed to hold it off for 4 minutes on third point. That's fantastic, especially after they basically just got rolled in second point. I think the Lucio speed boost really helped them out. Wait, I think I made a
I
mistake.
think you're
there.
mixing up teams.
I think I'm mixing up teams. That didn't sound right when I said it.
Yeah. It's okay, Touch. We're old. We're getting. It's bound to happen. But no, more importantly, I want Coach Touch moment, right? What do you think was the problem with that final push attack? You had 4 minutes on the clock. You couldn't make it past. What happened?
I think it was just untiming incidents. There had to have been miscommunications about when to use ult or when to go in. Maybe the call was to go in when what was Dun Dun?
Yeah.
Dun Dun shifted into Reaper ult. Team
Twice,
wasn't
by the
ready
way.
for him to do it. Yes. Definitely a miscommunication.
So I guess we could say in this case, it was not the healer's fault.
It was definitely not the healer's fault this time. I think actually Jizzy did a pretty good job at building nanos in between fights. It was, yeah, pretty good.
Easy. Not whatever. you said.
Jeezy. My
let's go
bad.
Raptor.
My bad. Sarah Jenna still on the Cassidy. Pretty good.
What a hook! Oh man, these hooks.
Caddy-
They're beginning to start. They're beginning to start to be a problem.
And Dun Dun
Good.
going down. That's
Good
a
rush.
trying
Both
to get out.
DPS down. That is a full disengage and try to recontest at 2.5. Hobbs should be going to taxi, getting them into some safe space. The problem with this Hog and this Reaper, you really can't afford to go through the tunnel. But they're gonna try their damnedest. They're gonna push through their tunnel. Sleep goes through. Hobbs possibly going for the touch. Nope. Full disengage. The fight's still going. And RGB Mom with the pick on Sarah Jenna. Oh my goodness. The push and pull of ITHF is starting to fall apart right now. And Dun Dun has now put himself up Death's Creep with no paddle against 2 DPS. May is good, but not that good.
I will have to admit I was a doubter of the Genji pick, but it's RGB Bomb making it really work in Midtown.
Big Genji doubters, but now no longer. Genji mains rise up. No, not really. Yup. Big hook. Sarah Jenna saved by geometry. Hanzo's favorite class. Coming through, but not for long.
Sarah-
Dead again. Sarah Jenna getting picked first. 3 times? 2 times?
3 times. 3 times first. 3 times the first pick in every fight so far.
Oh no.
Cerberus really making this look clean. Haven't been stopped yet.
They will get a touch here. Sarah Jenna takes the CC again. With Kloppa coming in to try to take the fight. Coming onto point. There is the Blossom. Takes 2, takes 3, and that is a final cap point.
Massive Reaper
553. They have to stall this point for 6, basically 6 minutes. We're rounding up here. 6 minutes. With, I'd say maybe 2 fights you can afford to lose here? The one on first corner and then the one on point? One on cap? What adjustments do you make, Touch? I mean, you were constantly getting hooked. How do you avoid this?
Sarah Jenna making the swap to Reaper didn't really help the last. They did get the touch onto the point, but immediately died again. I would say you just have to have a tempo change. I think if you're getting picked too much, you got to start just chilling and letting your tank go forward. But the King Bjorn really making the Hog look good with his hooks right now. Kind of stuck, needs help from his team. Massive
There it
nade
goes.
from
Massive
ZZ.
Suzu clears
Ooh.
the ante. No counterplay here. Kloppa trying to get some value will not go. First fight held good. This was gonna back the card up to that first bend again, making it so that it's still a 2-fight situation.
Cerberus.
But here comes the war chest. Everybody's has ults.
Everybody has ult. Might have another ult dump fight. Honestly, kind of looking forward to it.
I think
Hopefully,
the big one here is going to be Dun Dun's ult. If Dun Dun gets good value, then that Mei is going to hold this point. There goes it. Solo cage on the Ana. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. It forces them to disengage here. Sarah Jenna gets hooked. Will Wraith out. Maj going deep.
But immediately backed up by his teammates.
Good positional discipline. Don't know if that was called or not, but the decision will save them.
Cerberus is coming up with a Nano Blade. I would like to see an engage with it.
I too would like to see engage with it. Although I don't know if it would be as easy considering that Hobbs is hard on that backline with Akiriko babysitting them. Dun Dun looking for the
Hobbs
freeze here
using Nano first.
Nano. Forcing the issue, surging forward, RGB Mom going in, missed. Hobbs unattended, Hobb goes down, Kloppa goes down. Both Blossoms, I think, just went off, with Cerberus getting the better handle of it. Mag still in it, Shapeler and RGB Mom still in it. Unfriendly still with the rush online. Has to make a choice whether to save or get out. Maj is dying last. Not letting the payload move for free. Good situation, and now it comes to the possibly final fight of the match.
That was great ult usage by Cerberus. They're constantly showing that even though that they are counter ulting, it feels like that they have a good understanding of what ults to use to counter.
Right. Both teams stacking up. Here comes Bjorn using that hog to disengage. Maj goes in, holds him in. Cage freeze combo. This will get good value.
Massive freeze by Dun Dun.
Now if Kloppa goes down, that will settle the fight for them. Kloppa does not go down.
Still a scrappy fight. Unfriendly goes down. Dun Dun goes down.
The reset's coming into effect. Maj back on the Doomfist, stalling. How long this will last, we don't know against a Reaper and a Hog. Hobbs almost back in play. Comes up, does not see, and that will be map. What you see on your screens, I believe, is wrong, because I believe that is Cerberus that won that map. Blame production.
Whoa.
Actually,
the person who's controlling that.
I think it's actually the lobby owner's fault.
No. We blame Ryan.
No, okay, true. We blame Ryan for everything.
Hashtag blame Ryan.
Hashtag blame Ryan. I'm down for this.
Get it started trending on Twitter. Do people still use Twitter?
They use this new website called X, actually.
Yeah.
It's very nice. It's very similar, though. Just,
Yeah, I love using X to watch videos. You could call them X. No,
Whoa.
No.
Not 18 plus on
My
three,
bad.
not 18 plus.
I'm sorry. So Cerberus here looking pretty strong. Pretty much unstoppable, I believe, up until third point where they lost 2 fights. But then their ult usage was just better. Showing really strong counterplay, I guess.
I think they're just leveraging the strengths of their comp better. The hooks from Bjorn just setting up all the CD draining from ITHF. Their cooldowns are kind of their bread and butter. Their Suzu, their Wraith, their block, their anti-nade. It forces everything out early before they're ready to go, and it's just not letting them control the fights.
Absolutely. Especially with Bjorn pretty much single-handedly shutting down Sarah Jenna, who's been super strong on the Cassie but had to swap to the Reaper. I think that was a pretty big difference because the Reaper versus Reaper was going into the favor of Cerberus.
All right. Well, are we going first to 3? First to 2? First to 3. Fantastic. All right. What's the next map? Type. Flashpoint.
I love Flashpoint. As a Lucio player, I love Flashpoint.
I too love Flashpoint, but just because I get to play Tracer a lot.
What I don't like is New Junk City, though.
Honestly, I like New Junk City more than I like Servasa. That is a hot take. I am aware of that.
That is a pretty hot take. There's like only one point in Servasa where I do not like, and that's the Palace. But other than that, it's a pretty good map, I find.
I like New Junk just because it has the variety of how you're supposed to play each point.
Mm-hmm.
like you can't outplay all points the same. Like some you have to like hold up and choke. Some of them you have to hold the high ground. Some of them you have to leverage the angle on the one with I think it's the docks, not the ducks, the docks, where you have to like control 2 high grounds or leverage the minis. I enjoy the variety aspect of New Junk compared to Servasa, which is kind of very straightforward and very much on flat ground.
Yeah, very open.
So, ITHF in the crosshair. Map away from loss. Honestly, again, this is the number 6 and 7 team respectively. So, not really a dominance showing in between either of these teams. I think it's just the team that is making the better plays right now is winning. Making less mistakes is costing... is the reason Cerberus is winning. If you avoid the hooks pre-fight, you do have a much better chance of winning here. Comps have been stronger. Saragena has provided evidence of being a very strong DPS player. Just gotta get into position to make that impact.
Absolutely. One thing that I would love to see right now actually would be a diva from Maj. As much as Mauga is strong compared to King Bjorn's Roadhog, the Roadhog's just doing too much, and diva could help survive. Help your teammates survive a lot more than the Mauga can.
You know what I would like to see, but it is a controversial pick. I'd like to see a Junker Queen.
Ooh. I like that. Good
Just
Junker Queen.
Go fast.
Absolutely, go fast. And even if you do get hooked, shout. Also saves
Yeah.
anybody that gets hooked.
Yep.
You gotta bring
All right.
Orisa out. Let's be honest here.
No,
Oh.
Orisa. Someone silence this man.
Please, no more Orisa. He's been strong for years.
All right, teams coming out in their preliminaries. Kloppa on Reaper, RGB Mom on Pharah, Reaper May coming in. Dun already taking a big chunk of the health taken out.
Hard focus on Bjorn.
Bjorn is getting cooked here. RGB Mom on the high ground in a strong position here. Saragena on the Reaper, can't do much about it. Kloppa taking up the back line. Saragena finally taking on the 3v1, and Maj, last man standing. Probably going to be picked late, feeding extra time to Cerberus. This is a brutal stagger.
That is
You hate to see it.
hate to see it. Maj putting themselves in a bad position with that massive stagger.
The time going so much faster on Flashpoint. You can't really afford to stagger like you do in control points. Oh, this is rough. This Pharah on this first point, I expecting is going to do big things since nobody on ITHF can deal with it. Big preliminary hook. You don't like to see that. Maj already in problems. Cannot escape fast enough. Fast reset for ITHF. Trying to get
ITHF needs to
everybody.
leave.
Need to get everybody before that
Cerberus
75%.
not chasing. Interesting.
Holding this point has its merits. They don't really have a poke comp that Reaper, Lucio, and Kiri just kind of want to rush onto a target. It's a little late for ITHF to go touch this point. I don't recommend it. Dun taking a big hit beforehand.
touches.
RGB Bomb lining up that barrage.
Barrage going to be
Big
massive.
damage. Good barrage, takes out 2. Maj isolated, cannot survive that. Saragena and Unfriendly trying to survive here. Big hook, there goes the cleanup, and Cerberus is going to take first point. ITHF have to make an adjustment here. I don't know how strong that Blossom is going to be without the cage to kind of secure it. And Pharah's still in the game. With this high ground control, might spell the doom for ITHF here.
RGB Mom on the Pharah making a really huge difference. We'll have to see which Reaper ult is better, but Shapler does have the beat to counter Saragena.
Alright, pushing in to different. Kloppa takes the first hit. Dun isolated. Ops going down. No ults coming from Cerberus. It is just a clean fight. Clean neutral.
Right on. Cerberus showing really good ult usage. Maj trying their
Isolating themselves
darnest
again.
to live. Going to be a late pick here.
Oh, feeding at least up to 30% on that timer, something you can ill afford right now. What a lot of people don't also rate is the amount of time that you just get passive ult charge building. The longer this goes without you engaging, they are still building up ult charge.
Absolutely.
Making these fights quick does give you an advantage, especially on these type of burst comps. Kloppa in the backline, being an assassin, taking someone out. Push comes forward. They're trying to take this high ground, take out Bjorn. Kloppa with no fade, being forced out. A good push, but this limits your sightlines on that Pharah. Sarah Jenna's job could be becoming increasingly harder. Hobbs trying to take the fight. Kloppa still just surging forward. Beat here, they want
Beat
to win
from
this
Hobbs.
point. They're taking this 3v3 seriously with the intent on trying to win. Counter beat
Cerberus.
coming in.
Cerberus coming up on 5 ults.
Looking for this freeze. Doesn't take it.
Magical.
Again, miscommunication. I have to assume that's miscommunication on that cage. You got 34%, but you're gonna lose the point. If they cap. Can't tell if troll or if they just forgot. But final point. Possibly final point.
ITHF there has to be some miscommunication there. Maj solo or ulted alone while his team was leaving. I don't know if that was communicated or not, but that's losing the Mago cage is pretty big, especially when you are at an ult disadvantage.
Both DPS ults for Cerberus coming in, unfriendly, staggering behind, TPs into the fight. Here comes the whole hog. Barrage also being lined up. Kloppa hunting in the background, finds the Maga. No response from ITHF. They lose their tank. Lose their
Two
main.
down.
I don't think you ult this even from a macro perspective, but also from you have to get a push here. You have to force the engagement here somehow. You are getting engaged upon. Kloppa taking that high ground, looking for that sneaky blossom. I see it. I feel it. Staggering up. Kloppa sees the opportunity, but decides not to engage. Maj jumps in. Dun still having held this on this Mei ult from 0.1. 34%. Here comes the rush. Here comes the Maga.
Going for the mage barrage. Might not need.
There goes the blossom. There goes the Mei. And it is just, again, a wipe. 54. Time ticking away. DPS ults in favor of ITHF. Shaper, they're going to get the hog. They will have numbers advantage on this engage if they go now. 75, 79. This is final fight territory. Touch has to be around at 95. Coming in. Will they use their ults? Kloppa takes
Timer
unfriendly.
taken
There's
down.
the barrage.
Barrage is massive.
And that is going to spell doom for ITHF's game, as that is a clean 3-0 sweep. And I believe the series goes to Cerberus.
Cerberus winning that pretty handedly. I don't think they even lost the fight, that map. Very unfortunate for ITHF.
The curse continues. Maybe I am bad Pachamori.
You're ITHF's kryptonite, I guess.
Have to try. We're gonna have to continue this experiment.
You're gonna cast it next game.
Maybe we'll see. Maybe Admiral slides me something underneath the table, so I don't do it next time. Give them a better chance at winning. But
You
with
think
that,
Admiral has money? Sheesh.
valid point. With that, Cerberus will be moving ahead of ITHF in the standings. One spot, but still, one spot matters when it comes to playoff implications. What do you think went wrong on that last map, Dutch?
I think ITHF was honestly there had to be miscommunications, and then at the end of the day they just got boomed. I hate to say it, but it just felt like they got boomed, especially at that last point. They just did not commit to anything.
You think it's a question of them not wanting to make a mistake, so they played to avoid making mistakes instead of playing to win?
That could be it. I don't, maybe the hog hook was just got to them.
Yeah, the threat of damage is sometimes greater than the threat of the actual damage, because a lot of people, especially in these like hyper exposed comps, are afraid of taking damage. They're afraid of getting picked early, and it just makes it so you can't really take space aggressively. So if
Yeah.
we had to award an MVP, who do you think takes it?
If we had to award an MVP, I think I would give it to RGB Mom, because I was a Genji doubter and they turned it around, and now maybe I won't flame Genji players in my games now just because of RGB Mom.
Nah, that is mighty bold statements coming from Touch.
And then a close second would be Bjorn. Like the threat of the single-handedly made threat of the hook massive.
made Midtown a slog to get through, I'm sure. So yeah, no, I'd have to agree with you. The DPS performance from RGB Mom definitely made a difference today, always taking that angle correctly. But
And at the end of the day, it was not the healer's fault. So
it was not the healer's fault.
it was not.
Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes. But oh, are we getting pulled into another match?
I think so.
I should probably just unmute myself if I'm saying this. So, yeah, we're going to be going into Fusion Esports versus Kevin Fan Club, because Kevin Fan Club always plays at 9 o'clock. So, they somehow get cast.
KFC? Wait.
Yeah, good old KFC.
Good old KFC.
KFC versus Fusion? Is that right?
Yeah, Kevin Fan Club.
Oh.
Yeah. As I said, Kevin Fan Club's always everyone's favorite group, not because of any reason, just because they're the fan club. of someone named Kevin. I can't remember who Kevin is, though.
I also do not know who Kevin is, but I do remember dubbing them KFC in my last appearance.
Yeah, and we do. Sometimes it's the Colonel's picture, but usually it's SpongeBob, the Kevin Fan Club, the Jellyfish Fan Club.
No one cares about the jellyfish, let's be real.
What?
That's a wild take. That's a wild take.
So
I care about the jellyfish.
Right now, so KFC is currently 3-1 with +5, and Fusion Esports is 2-2 with +2. Fusion Esports is looking to move into a top 4 position for playoffs, and Kevin Fan Club is trying to hold on into their top spot. I think they lost last week versus Trash Panda. Was the first loss.
Mm-hmm.
Fusion Esports coming in as the underdogs and wanting to secure their spot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, should be a banger of a map.
All right, well, since we got some downtime, let me go get some water and re-up before this one starts.
Sounds good to me. I shall not be entertaining.
All right, with that, we will be right back.
Wait, can I do my voice again? That'd be great.
Yes, do your voice.
Oh, right on. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen and others. Welcome to another spectacular match of Golden Hammer Gaming. This evening we have Fusion Esports versus Kevin Fan Club. KFC for short. KFC. I'm already a fan of this team just because of that. I can hear the stadium chanting KFC already.
I wish. Also, I am very hungry. Again, I'm Noblood, that's Touch, and we will be your casters for tonight. Or just the guys yapping in the background as you do something else and have the stream open.
5, 4,
So, interesting choice of comps here. We got Dive versus Dive Hybrid.
capture the objective.
KFC opting for the tried true Sombra Tracer, while Phoenix going for that JQ Pharah Sombra. What do you make of these comps, Touch?
If KFC was smart, they would just... Oh, gotten first pick on Winter already. They could just kill the Junker Queen here. Separated from the rest of her team, they choose to go on the Kiriko, who just teleport away and ignoring the Junker Queen in the back.
Sombra duel takes place. Mountain Bike comes out on top. You see the tank and Lucio of KFC just roaming, trying to get this pick. Winter isolated from the Mercy. Equal Mage takes out the Pharaoh with the Kunai. Mercy down next. Love to kill you on point, trying to stay alive, not to no avail. Eventually KFC takes point. What do you think went wrong there, considering the first pick went in favor of KFC, but why did it take him so long to cap?
I think it was just they're too hyper fixated on the Kiri who got out, which to in their credit did they get in the end. But like when the Junker Queen is behind you, completely cut off, I think you could end that fight a lot faster just focusing her down.
Alright, coming back in, you see the Winter trying to split the map, going forth. Mercy goes down, Lollapalooza goes down. 4v4 coming through in effect. No revives coming in. Phoenix loses their Kiri. Kamada taking the duel with Mountain Mike on the Sombra, and it looks like KFC is going to clean this up again with Love to Kill You not really in either front line or back line, just kind of floating there, aimlessly.
Reaching 50% now. Kind of Love to Kill You, swapping to the Malga from the Junker Queen. You hate to see it, honestly.
I hate to see it, but it makes sense. And Mountain Mike swapping from Sombra to the Junkrat, really planning on the Monkey Engage, blowing him up. Potter John caught out early, but come through. Junkrat goes, Lucio goes on the pulse, and that is just a clean team kill, and Winter surviving barely. KFC in their spawn.
That was a great aggression by KFC, really swinging the tides here. Final fight territory for Fusion. Hopefully they get to the point in time. Passive aggression.
Staging their barrage. Grabs one. Almost gets two. Potter John takes out the Pharaoh.
Even
Love
fight.
to kill you. Posting up in the front line. Moira hacked. Hurting. 95%. Somebody's going to have to go for a touch here from Phoenix.
Lucio is going.
For KFC. Love to kill you goes. Mercy, Lucio, and Moira all come onto point against the Lucio. Call me Frosted has to play this safe. EMP goes through. Big guy already on top of Lucio. Moira coming in to help. Eventually cuts off the monkey. Lucio does go down. It is a 2v3 on point. It looks like Phoenix is going to take this by the skin of their teeth.
Massive fight turn for Fusion. Fusion.
Ah, Fusion makes me sad.
I was...
Yeah, but when has anything ever been simple? Alright, come back to the game. Big guy swapping to the D.Va. I'm not sure I would have taken the D.Va pick. The monkey was really working for him, but alas, here we go. Lawful Man with the Coalescence coming in, causing some damage. Mountain Mike taking some damage going through. This is a quick reset for KFC.
That was honestly a very good fight for Fusion. They only had to commit the Coalescence.
I don't know how I feel about this Pharah pick. Yes, nobody on Fusion can reach you, but at the same time, the follow-up damage from the Tracer was big throughout the majority of this round. And with no mercy, you're kind of up creek. And Mountain Mike goes down before getting that tire off. Already coming in. Here comes Cage. And B, in order to sustain it, 3 members deep inside of this cage. There goes the Pharah pick. There goes the D-Mech. And the fight firmly in Fusion's hand right now, as both Sombra and Equal Mage about to go.
I was
Staggering here.
staggering could be huge. It is your Kiriko.
It
Shouldn't
is.
be that big of a deal though, because you're still in the one fight territory.
Now we are officially in final fight territory. 86%. Touch at 97 again for those coming back to us. Winter hacked, taken out early on the Tracer. That is big. No roaming threat. Kameda taking the 1v1. Takes out Mountain Mike. No DPS for Fusion.
Huge
Big
barrage.
being hit. Maga goes down, and it looks like it is all KFC right now. Loppelman being the last one alive, having to use more survivability. Hacked early, dead early. Winter coming back with the pulse. Forcing the touch here. Point control still in Fusion's hand. Going for the touch again. This gives them a chance to come back. It is now a 3v5. Winter finally goes down. Mountain Mike isolated on main. Junkrat taken out. Bomb still in hand for KFC. Looking for the quick finish here. Lucio there. Hacked. Roaming. Not focused down. Finally killed. Ball on point. No armor. No shields. EMP going through. Making him vulnerable. Moira cleaned up, and it is finally cap point KFC.
Scrappy last fight. Definitely going into the favor of KFC. I think that was just an alt diff. It kept taking fights and not using ults. Built them up pretty early. Built them up for the last fight.
Now, this is a matchup between the number 2 and 5. KFC at 2 and Fusion at 5 in their division, with a map difference of 5 and a record of 3-1 versus 2-2 respectively. Looking very much more close than we would have expected just by looking at the preliminaries. Okay, coming out. KFC opting to stay on this Pharah, Diva, Sombra comp, while Fusion opting for that full dive with the Genji of Mr. Mountain Mike.
Massive hack onto Love
Massive hack
Jelly.
takes out Monkey immediately. Winner responds with a pick on Lucio. Genji is now hacked. Will we be made Genji believers again after in this match? We don't know yet. But Mountain Mike up creek fighting, taking point control. The 4v4 firmly in hand for Fusion here. Big FC runs forward, taking a fight with this Tracer, loses. Potter John takes out Lucio. Kameda in, takes out Brig. Full aggression going for KFC. Sombra finally goes down. Mountain Mike taking out 2, taking out 3. Genji believers rise up.
Genji believers rise up.
And it is going to be a hold for Fusion.
KFC
Wow.
swapping off the Diva to match the Monkey.
Interesting choice. If you trust your regular plat chat strategy, the Diva would have better been the better pick for the counter swap. But no, we embrace Winton in this house.
Winton is a counter to Genji, if you believe it.
Again, touch going down, the Genji and the Monkey going in. Potter John takes the hack on the Genji, deciding to try to take out the biggest dive threat. Genji gets out, Committed goes in on the attack. Looking at the Brig preliminarily, both teams scrapping. Winston's jumping back and forth. Winter with Pulse Bomb in hand. But Potter John taking the first pick in most of these fights, but to no avail for KFC.
They make it
Again.
even, 3v3.
Mountain Mike coming out. Kameda holding onto this barrage. Gets 1, possibly 2. No, does not get 2. Does only takes the 1. It is a 2v2 on point. Winston chasing down this Genji. Bears have actually have to come into touch ground again. Will die when that happens. FC still stalling. Has to get out here. We're looking at the barrel of a 73-0 fight right here. KFC re-engaging with their team not fully in. Almost has Primal, but it will not be enough. That big break stun coming out from Loppelman. Love to kill you, taking advantage of that space. Genji again taking these picks. It is now past final fight territory, and KFC did not take that fight as full as they could. And that's going to be a 1-1 score at the end of the second round.
Kamada throwing themselves off the map.
Potter John taking the touch. Lopple, man, up creep with no paddle. If Potter John can touch again, that might be a touch. Nope.
And they don't make it. Unfortunate for KFC.
Interesting choice to re-engage. At that point in time, you're getting pushed. You're going to have to surpass a choke in order to get to point. I don't see why Big Guy decided to run through the entire team for a non-actionable dive.
There had to have been. I don't know. It was just a bad play. Like I was just gonna call it as we see it. It was a bad play. You just say unfortunate and you go next. They are swapping over to a brawl with the Sigma. Looks like
a brawl with the Sigma, with a Venture Reaper against the dive of Fusion game. Fusion pushing forward, taking the space. Can always trust touch to keep it real. English is not my first language. You'll have to forgive me. Big Guy forced down early against a Winston and a Genji that is
fell
very
down into the
dangerous
hole.
territory. Still getting chased by the Winston. Potterjohn doing as much as they can on the Venture, taking two with them. Still alive, maneuvering around. Komeda having forced looking at the Lucio. They eventually pick Lucio. Love to kill you, wreaking havoc in their midline, but not able to surprise. And without that Reaper pick on the Lucio, that would have been an ace for Potter John.
Massive plays from Potter John, taking hands into their own matter, especially when half the team is in the underground and you just don't care. You just dive the Moira and kill it.
Interesting staging here, deciding to swap to the Reinhardt, deciding, okay, y'all want to brawl? We can brawl. Komeda having Fade forced up creep without pedal. Big Guy decided to rotate down, but in hammer range, this is going to be deadly. Imo comes out. Potter John goes down. Now this has become a very quickly losing fight, having to stagger touches here just to drain percentage, but for how long? And Call Me Frost misses theirs, going to die shortly. And counter swap, ladies and gentlemen. We got a Ramattra on the field. Nothing to deal with winner yet.
Nothing to deal with winner. Maybe Potter John's probably win that duel. Fly in the air, shoot a couple venture shots.
I believe in him.
On Mike
what do you
coming
think
with
of this matchup?
I don't like the Junkrat, but I've been proven wrong before. Honestly, I want to see the Genji again. But the Reinhardt coming in big. Huge pin.
Takes out Ram, Bap, Potter John. The
And
humanity.
No ults from either side that fight. It was just
Clean Overwatch.
Clean Overwatch.
Now,
But we are coming up on 9 ults. I would love to see a 9 ult fight.
Again, not again, please. I don't think my eyes can take it.
We see, love to kill on the flank, hiding with the flank shatter. Maybe it'll be huge.
Flank shatter. Say it with me, chat. Flank shatter.
Massive.
Okay, not a flank shatter, but goes through anyway. Beat and Blossom in response gets nothing. Here comes Barrage, takes the BAP, takes the Lucio. That is no support. 67% on the clock. Potter John goes down. This is a 2v5. This is not a winnable situation. Get out and live. I was about to say, Touch, do you take a swap here? Are these DPS ults even worth it?
I think you do take the swaps here. You definitely have last fight. Ult advantage should go into KFC here, but maybe the tire will be massive.
Tire coming through, waiting out the Imo. Potter John takes the pick. Oh no, the BAP goes down early from the pin. So does Big IFC. KFC lost 3 to the Rhine. All
Rhine coming in massive.
Potter John.
Reaper goes down, and that looks like that will be it for map 1.
Fusion taking map 1. My oh my, we have a game. Underdog takes first map, What does that do to your mental? Touch, talk to me.
I think KFC have to start taking this seriously. Maybe they're coming into this thinking that it might have been an easy match, but it's really, honestly, really important for Fusion to win this if they want a good spot in playoffs.
The dangers of overconfidence. And
Absolutely.
maybe, just maybe, a little bit too much attachment to the ultimates that they had mid-game. Letting that Pharaoh get away with too much, especially on the Reaper Venture comp.
Absolutely. I think maybe swapping to the cast was a bad call. I think
Oh no. I think my broadcast partner may have just exited the Shadow Realm, or entered the Shadow Realm, who knows.
yes, unfortunately I need a minute.
Okay, go into the Shadow Realm, we'll wait for you back. In the meantime, as they pick maps. Double checking. Prod, we have no sponsors today, do we? Oh. Alright, we have no sponsors. Fantastic. So this gives a chance for you! Yes, you in chat right now. Could sponsor Golden Hander Gaming. How? I have no idea. Talk to Ryan, the commissioner, about it. But anyway, this will be a good chance for you to get your name out there. Maybe get into broadcast. Maybe get into production. The possibilities are endless. So other than that,
We take V-Bucks, we take gold coins. The balloons are the best thing to send off, not gonna lie. Let's see, what else can we take? Schmeckles? Schmeckles are
what
a
the
great
hell
thing.
are schmeckles?
What do you mean, what is a schmeckle?
It's like saying a Canadian leaf is currency. What is a schmeckle?
Wait, what is Canadian leaf? Like an actual leaf, or is there money?
I always thought their money was leaves.
That's no, their money is Monopoly money. A schmeckle is from whatchamacallit? Rick and Morty. You never seen Rick and Morty?
I think I saw it in season 1, season 2.
Alright, yeah, no. It's Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty, it's all about the schmeckles.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Touch, you know about schmeckles, right?
I think so.
What are schmeckles?
That's like wasn't there like that one cat, like that cat thing in Rick and Morty that wanted something like that?
Yeah, okay, good. I was gonna say, yep, it's a cat.
Yeah.
Schmeckles is from Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
And if you want to know, No Blood just said that money in Canada is golden maple leaves.
Is it
Yeah,
not?
that'd be sick, actually. That'd be a goated idea.
I said it's Monopoly money. So let's be honest, it kind of is Monopoly money.
It kind of is Monopoly money, but at the same time, it's like you can also barter.
What do you mean you can barter?
Yeah, you can barter.
Is that legal?
I mean, yeah, it's legal, yes.
Initiating match.
I mean, you can sell like
All
a
right.
left kidney for a house in Canada right now.
Maybe for rent. A house? Like
a kidney for a house. I would take that deal in a heartbeat.
I wish I could give my kidney for a house. That'd be crazy.
I couldn't work any government jobs, but yeah, I could do it. All right, back in game. They've chosen Hollywood because, for whatever reason, as they discussed earlier, Kings Row is not in the hybrid map pool. Emojis.
That's. Oh well, it's unfortunate, but I just gotta accept it, and move on, even though I don't like it.
Yeah.
Blame Ryan. Hashtag blame Ryan.
Hashtag blame Ryan. Get it trending on Twitter, or X, as the kids say nowadays. Alright, looking at these comps, you see Fusion with a Sig Ash Junkrat defense versus the hybrid dive of a Pharah and a Widow?
5,
Touch, These comps don't. This attacking comp doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't make sense to me either. You could run the Pharah and Widow. Honestly, I'm not a big fan to see the Mercy here. Even though Pharmacy is usually good, Mercy's just not a good character right now. I would much rather see a Brig, honestly.
I would have taken an Ana. Potter John taking the pick on Winter first. I think that's why they play the Widow. Kamada going in deep, taking out another one. Love
Maybe I was wrong with the Mercy.
Isolated. Potter John eventually goes down. Here comes the MO out. Possibly a res going for the Widow.
Fusion's doing pretty good to stay alive, but at the end of the day, they just...
It is comes down to numbers. You don't have the numbers. Figma can only do so much. Mountain Mike trying to take an opportunity off the Kiriko, but is now up creep with in isolation. Having to disengage here, and I think Fusion just has to take the L and run here. Set up for that high ground, make sure that Pharah can't keep taking space for free like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially getting picked by the Widow first is not that great either. But now
It could be a conscientious choice from KFC to force them to either look at the Widow or the Pharah, or take the pick of the hit scan and then let the Pharah roam free. Just like that happened, Potter John goes down to Mountain Mike spam, but Kameda already engaging off the pick of the Illari.
Potter John coming back from the res with the res.
Winston with Primal decides to pop it, takes it, still taking this amount of space. Kameda not needing the Mercy here just due to the pressure applied from the Winston, and this looks like it's going to be maybe a 2-fight second point, which would really favor KFC in terms of time bank, because that third point is treacherous.
I think KFC definitely woke up this map. They're coming in with a completely different tempo, and honestly, it's looking great for them.
Okay, coming off point. Big guy taking a lot of damage off the rip, no longer with Primal to save him. Kameda accosting Love to Kill You. Love to Kill You having to disengage, re-engaging now. Kameda coming in with Barrage, looking for it, takes it. No actionable value gained, but Big Guy hunting the Widow. Mountain Mike takes out Kiriko, Big Guy takes out Widow. Now it's just in terms of if the Mercy can get the reses off. Yes, Kiriko back in the game. Big Guy takes out the Mercy, no comeback, no erase a mistake for Fusion. Love to Q doing their best, taking out 2, but it is a 3v2 situation on point right now, with point still ticking away for them.
Love to Kill with now. A 3K, looking to make it a 4K.
Respawn
getting the 4K. We're looking at an ace, and I believe
Sniper Monkey action in effect. Maybe. No.
Oh, Big Guy gets out. Love to Kill You too, really taking it into their own hands. Really putting the team on their back that fight.
On the broad Winston shoulders, killing 4 in order to give their teammate time to respawn and come back in. Here comes Tyre. Will it get anyone? Gets tank. Winner takes out Mercy. No race of mistakes. Kameda takes 1, but at this point, you don't sustain this fight. You exit. Their damage potential is gone. And Equal Mage staggering something fierce there. It's a couple seconds, but they do build up plus respawn timer.
Great defense coming back around. Love to Kill really turning that in the favor for them. Only Primal coming up with a rush against also the Primal and a rush from KFC. I guess we'll see.
Hunting in the backline, looking at the Widow, chasing the Widow, gets the kill by jumping onto the Widow. Big Guy inside of the grouping of Fusion. Love to Q takes 2, including the Kiriko. Big Guy chasing the Widow down in order to even it up, but might have cost his team's life in the instance. Love to Q still just in the backline, being a Winston cosplaying as Tracer, killing the backline. Committing Primal to what is essentially a lost fight is not what I would have expected, but it happens.
Heat of the moment, definitely. I Love to Kill You really putting the team on their back, showing what Winston's really all about. Going in for another engage, has the Primal. Hopefully we'll make it big.
Primal goes off, coming through. Potter going down again on the Widow. This Widow is not getting a chance to set up. That crucial pick that Potterjon got in the first fight has not been able to be replicated. Love to Q just going deep and getting these kills. With the DPS of KFC not able to respond.
Definitely the aggression from Love to Kill You is doing amazing work. But KFC is coming back to this fight with an ult advantage, swapping to a Sombra.
Could it be comfort? Could it be just a choice? We shall see. However, Kamida's held on to this ult for the last 3 engages, deciding to fully jump onto the Widow here. Big guy
Support ult's
takes
coming
out
out for
Genji. Support ult coming in. There's Barrage.
Barrage gets
Forcing
nothing.
Engagement. Potter still going down. Erase a mistake activated. Big guy is up, creaking a 3v1 with no healer support, having to get out. Will not get out. Here comes the beat, coming back, 30 seconds left. Down 3, I believe, and this is just DPS against 5 with 30 seconds left on the clock. You do not win this. You leave right now. And all of the team just huddled around the point, making sure not to see 9. Potterjon looking for their moment. They're going to have to contest in the next couple seconds. Big guy uses his jump to get to high ground. Will not be able to go. Potterjon's waiting. Mountain Mike still hawking the point. Winter takes out Lucio. Love to Kill You activates Primal early in an attempt to get them off the touch. Will not go through. Equal Mage now being separated from the team. Does not have TP yet. Will just use TP to try to live. To no avail. Big guy trying to Primal them off. Trying to get that last little bit of meterage. But it is just numbers forming. And that is the hold for Fusion.
Wow, that was amazing by Love to Kill You too. Really turning that around for their entire team.
0 to 1. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Yeah, I love to Kill You really deciding to take those, to force the tempo that they wanted on the defense there. And picking their spots smartly after the engagement had already got on, or when they had the resources to push it. Could have been disastrous if they fed early, but on this second point, which is very much defenders favored from the first half of it,
Ready.
we're able to hold. So, again, to my favorite segment of this stream, Coach Touch. What are you telling KFC right now?
What I'm telling KFC right now? Torb. Bring out the Torb.
Torb Gaming.
Bring out the Torb. Everybody loves Torb. Torb is extremely strong, especially on this first point. And just honestly, just brush off your attack. Like you did well on first point. I'm sure you could do it well on defense as well. Especially with this D.Va. If the Winston's not working, D.Va is definitely the stronger pick.
Love to Kill You engaging early. Mountain Mike coming in. Potterjon getting accosted early. Potterjon going down to the Widow pick. Poetic Justice after getting picked first by him in the first round. Love to Kill You separated. The entire team stabilizing inside of Cafe with the Kiriko and the Lucio pincering them. Big Eye waiting for his moment. Kameda takes out the Kiriko, but Lucio takes out Equal Mage. Both teams got their main support. Kameda coming up big! The return of the Venture.
Return of the Venture. KFC really turning that around.
I miss the Venture Brothers. Go to Adult Swim series. May it rest in peace. Alright. Coming up again, a swap to the Zarya. Counter swap.
Counter swapping the D.Va. It could work.
I don't like it on this point. I'm going to be completely real with you. It does work against the D.Va, but you have to maneuver so blindly
Zarya
around
gets
high ground.
pushed off.
Gets pushed
uses
off.
both bubbles.
Very much in a diveable position right now. Yes, you're killing the D.Va, but unless you get properly supported, you could also die instead. Mech goes away, but Kameda takes one. Love to Kill You takes another. Potterjon takes two. Zarya now on point with no bubbles, facing down a baby diva, a Cass, and if the Venture turns around, that's another.
All coming from the Venture to secure the fight. It looks like it's going to
It looks like
KFC.
it's going to go. Mountain Mike gonna have to fly out of this situation. Hopefully that bonk does not cost them. They did cost them eventually. Winter opting for the Genji, dashes out. And this is the reason I did not like the Zarya pick. Yes, it is good into the diva, but against the rest of the comp, you have to walk. You have to be in a position to walk on them. You're very resource intensive, and for the split fights of this point, it could cost them 1 minute 50 left on the clock. Potter taking
Massive
the
pioneer.
ability to get them in transition. Mountain Mike coming in.
Potter in
Mountain
trouble,
Mike
needing help.
Mountain Mike taking that copy. Cass versus Cass. Rush to save the Cass. And both teams settle back on their sidelines with Winter having been picked at some point during the fight. Ult's now online. Potter John again in trouble. There goes the Zarya. Do not crush a Zarya with high charge. This gives them a definitive advantage. Grab and resources. This is where Zarya shines. Gets their grab eaten. Bomb coming out. Everybody hides. Zarya
The
goes down.
Zarya.
But Winter responds in its kind, taking out the Diva. It is a 3v3 on point. Kameda trying their best, having to go underground. Equal Mage also in problems. Pops out, takes out Lucio.
KFC really turning the fight. That is amazing. Ball having to come back fast. I would just want to leave Love to
Love to kill, yep.
Love to kill. That was a very scrappy fight going in the favor of KFC. The DPS of KFC really shining on this first point.
Yeah.
Big guy getting off the Diva. I'm not sure if I like that. Even if you are losing against the Zarya in the duel, your team is doing a lot better. I would love to have to see sticking to the Diva.
It could also be a speed factor, but again, Diva would have been fine. Potter John getting accosted immediately. Blade incoming. Potter John in danger. Venture popping up, causing some mayhem. Goes down, does not get to take out the Blade. It is now a 2v4, and it looks like Fusion will be able to cap this point.
Last minute fight for point one goes to Fusion. Had to commit just a Blade, right?
Yep.
Objective lost.
Looks like they're swapping to the Winston. I, again, would have loved... Well, actually, it's love to kill you. Winston, we've seen how it worked very well on this second point. Maybe we'll see it again.
Alright. Big guy deciding to square up to the Winston, giving him the ability to just jump into the back line. Adaption circuits going through. Equal Mage dying first. Kameda trying to live on this Echo, but getting hunted down by the Winston. Potterjohn up creek without a paddle. Big guy still holding down point, but in a 2v1, no matter how strong Diva is, probably not going to win that. Potterjohn taking high ground, taking pot shots, but if they get jumped by Love to Kill You, that could be a dangerous stagger. Frost comes to taxi them away.
Honestly, the Winter Genji looking nice and clean. While the Widow was applying pressure, definitely getting more picks with the Genji, especially when you have Love to Kill on Winston and you're diving with them. That's just the death squad.
Potterjohn being a very obvious target for their dive now, pulling out the Noon. Kameda takes one, John takes another. Stop shooting the reflecting Genji, people, I beg of you. Love to Kill You takes another one. Scrappy fights all around. Winter 1 HP. Kameda takes Winter out, but unfortunately Equal Mage goes down. Now the healing advantage goes firmly in hand of Fusion. Big guy and Kameda trying to take down this Winston Lucio. Beat online for them. 54 seconds left in this round for them.
Primal comes
Squaring up.
out, looks like they're committing.
Potterjohn again, the obvious target for this dive. Beat going through to try to secure it, but Love to Kill You did not get it. They blocked it. They were LOS. Rush coming out for the fight. Kameda again jumps up, but unfortunately jumps a little too far. Takes out by Mountain Mike. Takes out Lucio. Call Me Frost has Beat online. Could extend this fight for KFC. There comes Rush. There goes Beat. Everybody touches Beat on this one. Lets Potterjohn live through the first dive. Counter dived again. Potterjohn lives. Roaming around. Rush giving them support. Here comes Blade. Kameda takes the copy. Double tanks for KFC. Jumping up. Trying to survive this Blade. KFC takes out Kiriko. Love to Q takes out Copy. Potter John being dove again. Killed. Kameda killed. Equal Mage about to die again. And I do not know how you go into that fight, use that many ults, but do not seemingly take an important pick there.
Oh, last touch by Call Me Frost in vain. That was a really scrappy fight. However, Fusion really showing amazing target focus, especially Winter and Love to Kill You. Definitely syncing up fights, going on the same target, really turned that fight. It was great, honestly.
Now, when it comes to Overwatch, I often believe that sometimes the solution to problem is the simplicity of it. And I do believe that while the hit scan DPS of Potter John has been fantastic, the cast has applied so much pressure and so given you so much value. If you're playing a Genji Echo, if you're playing into a Genji Echo Lucio Kiriko dive, you're going to have a bad time. You are going to be priority number one. And when you can't rotate to power positions like this, it's going to hurt you. And I do not have the stats for this match, as I am not in it, but I feel like that reared its ugly head on second point. What do you think, Touch?
I would have to agree. Potter John really becoming the main target for the dive, pretty much. Was constantly first pick from Love to Kill You.
You had Suzu invested in them, you had Kiriko Ufa sent into them, and that just exposed your Kiri, which needed to be elsewhere in the fight. It could also be a level of comfort thing, but we've seen them on other heroes and perform well.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, should have picked Torb.
Torb is always the answer.
Torb's always the answer. You know, Turret's probably easily the best player in the game, so.
You know, they never miss.
I am really looking forward to this. I thought there was a big tempo change from KFC at the start of Hollywood, and then Fusion really matched it and even turned it around. Love to Kill You really throwing their team on the back for the defense, and then Winter swapping to the Genji just secured their attack.
Genji believers rise up.
Genji believers rise up. You know, I'm a Genji believer now. I didn't believe it at the start, but Golden Hammer Gaming were truly the stars shine of the Overwatch community. Really changing my mind on Genji.
I feel like this is misinformation we're spreading.
I don't know what you're on about. Genji's really good.
Do not play Genji in your ranked game, people. Please do not play Genji in your ranked games. My SR can't handle it. But other than that, alright, it's Flashpoint time. Which means you only get to choose one of two maps. You're right, two. Two maps.
Two maps. You would think they would add a third, but maybe they just...
Honestly, you know what? Just a scrap. What was the Hanamura rework map called?
I don't even remember.
Prod?
It was the Clash map of something.
Prod is dead. Crab.
Ryan doesn't have answers. Can you believe it?
No.
Hashtag blame Ryan.
No. The stream heard. I didn't unmute for you guys because I forgot. So
Oh, I see how it is.
It's Clash.
Uh-huh.
Clash was the new mode, and the new map was. You know, I wish I actually remembered. I can't.
I don't.
Hashtag blame Ryan. Can't remember the name of the. Anyway, just scrap that. Give us a brand new Flashpoint map based in Hanamura. Community will love it. It'd be great.
We need a Lunar Horizon Flashpoint map.
Honestly,
that would be amazing.
I would take that. You know, it
Imagine-
has enough room.
Imagine, just imagine, each point is like a building on the lunar horizon, and to get to building the building is outside low gravity. That would be sick.
That would be such a terrible map for competitive balance, but it would be so much fun.
Hananoka. Sorry.
Hananoka, there we go. Yes. Yeah, no. Scrap Hananoka, make it a flashpoint. We're good. No more game modes. Just balance and maps. Balance and maps. Alright, we're going to my favorite flashpoint this time. New Junk City. So, Touch, what do you want to see from KFC in the potential final round of this game?
I think we could see a Drunkard Queen. But realistically, Mauga is really good for this map.
I am hoping for some Ramatra gaming. Or some more Reinhardt gaming, like we saw in First Point. Oh!
And you're the prophet.
Hey! Chat, I did a thing.
Did the thing.
But interesting matchup here. No. Looking like a double beam from Fusion against a Venture Mei Ram from KFC. Traditionally, Fusion's comp wins in the longer fight, but Kameda's lethality on Venture may prove to be the difference here.
Yeah, I love the Venture pick. I'm not sure about the Mei with Potter. Maybe against the Ryan, which maybe you go back to the cast.
Maybe. Potter John burns wall early, does not get any value. Winter leveling up their beam. Loves to kill you in the backline, accosting Mage, but nothing really happening. Love to kill you coming back. Mountain Mike separated. Pin going in on Big Guy, and Love to kill you just swinging for the fences. Taking picks. Kills 2. Call Me Frost takes the Mei. Call Me Frost eventually goes down, and it is just a fight on point. Bap goes down, Kameda goes down, and it is all Fusion for first fight.
Only Mountain Mike going down at the beginning of that, but doing some great work getting that first pick.
I believe the wall has to come up a little bit faster for KFC to have a shot at this. The Sim beam will build up over the course of time, or maybe they send the Venture after the Sim before they can. But this clash of styles in this Brawl Mirror really does not favor a long fight. And
massive
big shatter. Oh, that is giving me visions of Eye of the Kaiser circa 2017. Oh my goodness. Brutal. The humanity.
Love to kill really showing Riot
That they love to kill.
that they love to kill. Honestly, that was so impressive. I'm actually speechless.
I mean, minus 5 points for a jump shatter, but I'll forgive him for the effectiveness of it. And them coming in at 91. Somebody has to touch at 97. Will it be Potter John?
Potter John
Beams
touches.
coming in. Potter John touches. Having to use an ult here possibly to save Big IFC. Decides not to use it. Kameda takes out the Mei. But to what avail if it's only a main adventure on point against a 5-man squad from Fusion? Ult
They're
going out,
committed.
going for the hero play, going for the beat. They also have freeze. Wall comes in for Fusion. Beat comes up, but the freeze goes through. Not able to affect anything. Misses the shatter. It is a 2v3 with 2 hyper-mobile people. Kameda finally goes down. Frost holding on for dear life. Eventually falls, but they did get the flip. Equal Mage touching, sacrificing Immo. But too little, too late. And it looks like Fusion is going to take this first one.
Committed lots of ults. Potter off the main now onto the Tracer. I get a little bit more value.
Angles are kind of important on this map. Each map plays a little bit differently, which is why I prefer this one to Servasa, as spoken previously. Big Guy deciding to hold onto his Ramatra ult when facing the Ryan last time may cost them. Early window coming up. Counter Mei going through. You will still get frozen while there. Breaking LOS. Ryan Shield blocking the Ramatra ult. Ramatra dangerously low since the Bap got picked early. Coalescence coming in to clean it up. 3v4 situation right now. Kameda looking for a pick here, trying to turn the tide once again. Will not avail. And it is just Fusion at this point. Call Me Frost goes down late. That's gonna be a feed up to 20% for Fusion. Deciding to go for the Rhine mirror now.
Looking forward to it. Kameda coming close to that ult. I think it will be pretty good. They've been really good on the Venture. I think they just have a problem of focusing the Rhine too much. But we'll see with the new Rhine mirror.
Yep. Maywall goes up. Kameda going in, popping up on him. Shatter online. Shatter connects. Both supports down. Both supports dead. And that is a clean and fast fight win. Fourth. No, never mind. Turned. What? Touch, what just happened? That looked so favorable for Fusion.
I think Kameda went into the backline and used the ult while they were all not paying attention. Really turned the fight for that.
I wasn't paying attention. Holy turnaround, Batman. Now holding point. Does this mean that we are going to see signs of life from KFC? Both
Big guy
down.
already going low.
Big twitch. Kameda takes another one. Ajax! You hate to see it. Loves to kill takes one. Takes two. Frost takes the Mei. Kameda going down underground to avoid the beam of the Coalescence, but going for the kill anyway. Ryan charging in, takes out Frost, and that's going to be a flip back for Fusion. Potter John getting some extra percentage. This, I'm not upset with this. This puts KFC into a winnable position.
Yeah.
All right,
coming into
75 to 80.
One
Final
fight territory. Yep. No ults for KFC except maybe they can build Shatter. But you're coming up to 3 ults for Fusion.
And this is, with the Mei wall, it's going to separate the team. Potter John going for the touch.
Potter
Never
John
mind.
messing
Missed.
up their blinks. Does not get the touch. They're still trying to commit to the fight. Might as well.
Still taking the fight, trying to get some ult charge into the next one, but nope, lost. I don't. Interesting ult usage from Mr. Mountain Mike, but it don't matter. You guys won. Going on to final point. And you now have a sizable war chest and spawn favored for KFC here.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
You know, I'm going to give them the benefit of a doubt, and Mountain Mike just fat fingered and did not get lost in the sauce. No.
Okay.
But we'll see
like
who
KFC
Shatter
takes
is
early
bigger.
back.
Into the shield by Big Guy.
Into the shield. Here comes Blade. Here comes Shatter. No Ajax this time. Ults responding back and forth. It is an ult fiesta once again. Loves to kill you. Gets the pin on Big Guy. Both of them fighting.
Kameda taking things into their own hand, really turning the fight for them.
3v2 going on point. Lucio and Tracer chasing down the winner Genji. And all this time, point bleeding in favor of KFC. Flex support ults online. The BAP window versus the Coalescence, and a swap from Winter again to a Pharah.
I could, honestly, with the Ryan, I think it's a better pick. Even though the Genji wasn't.
Big wall pin. Here comes Coalescence.
Big Guy already dead.
Down. And that is 3 dead before we can even say anything else.
Kamada getting the exit kill before they die.
Potter John going to die again. Frost looking to live here. Or maybe to give up their life for nothing. Interesting choice of death. That's going to put Fusion up to at least 30%. One fight territory. You don't have any meaningful DPS ults here. This is the same problem they had on first point. Do you take the swap into the Pharah? Frost being late. Big Guy caught out early. Caught
Getting
out.
low.
Shatter goes
Huge
through,
Shatter.
connects again.
Papa John getting the balls.
And that is a wipe again for the team. This is now going to put them into 75% territory. This is now final fight territory for KFC, and they just lose a member. They're going to have to go without the Lucio. Someone is going to have to look for that touch. Possibly Potter John having to sacrifice the recall again. Let's hope the blinks go through this time. 90%.
Big guy
Panicking a
going
little
to
bit,
touch
sending
point.
the tank to touch. Kamara coming in, popping up. Big guy with the shatter, has to make it land, gets pinned early, dies in shatter animation, and the beat comes through just to do the cleanup for Fusion.
Only Potter John left. It's not looking too good for KFC. Maybe gets one more touch.
Wall coming up, blocking him through. Touching again, blinking around, doing their best, but it's all a little too late. And Fusion,
Underdogs win
underdog takes it this time.
with a very convincing 3-0. That
Anybody who thought this was going to be an easy 3-0 for... Huh. I've already forgotten the team names.
KFC.
For KFC.
KFC second
Got
seed.
surprised.
Not really showing why they're second seed this match.
Sometimes you just have a bad day at the office. Back to the drawing board. Back to trying again next week for playoff implications. And like last map, or last match, who do you think takes MVP?
Yeah, for A Jackson.
You're fired.
It's got to be Love to Kill You too. Like, it's just they put on such an amazing tank show. Like, it really, especially for Hollywood, carried the entire map pretty much on their back.
Their second point defense did seem to be the turning point from it being a very close match to it being in their favor. So I would also have to give it to Love to Kill You with a special consideration for La Pole Man, the flex support. They almost seem never to die. Their ult timing was impeccable. Every time that they needed to make a play in order to swing the fight for their team, they seem to have made it.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
with that, Prod, do we have anything else we need to say before we sign off tonight? All right.
Hashtag blame Ryan.
Well, with that, again, I've been Noblood. That's been Touch. Ryan on the production. Hashtag blame Ryan. And y'all have a good night now.